I do think telemedicine is here to stay. Before the pandemic hit, we had the opportunity when we were really one of the first to trial a larger telehealth continuum of care. But honestly, it just seemed a lot more cumbersome because there was a lot more moving parts. And certainly, we even see now it is difficult sometimes to coordinate, the visit as you're seeing patients, and your next patient's a video visit. But I do think it provides another ability for us to help take care of a patient. One is sometimes there are restrictions in terms of travel, whether it be from, I think I care of a lot of patients that are outside the New York City area. And so if you're in obviously California or Las Vegas or Miami, it's much easier to hop on a call. Certainly, a lot of New Yorkers also have places, in Florida. So it's a very common time where, especially in the winter, they may be in Florida. They can certainly keep up, and we can see them and see how they're doing. And there certainly are some basic things in terms of physical exam that we can provide via telehealth. It's much better than certainly doing a telephone call where you're just hearing someone's voice, but you can't see them. I just did one today with a lady from the Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia area. And it was so nice to see her 1 year after surgery and basically just see how she looked, because I think that really tells us a much different story comparatively. I do think, though, that the in-person, physical examination, really seeing someone in person is incredibly important, especially when you're talking about something like surgery. But I do think that 30 to 40% of a lot of the stuff that we had previously done with in-person visits can be done via telehealth, going over imaging and discussing how things are follow-up appointments. All that stuff is so much more convenient for everyone, because certainly in New York City, if you're going to come into the city, you're going to drive 30 or 60 minutes. You're going to have to find parking and walk into a building and maybe wait for a little while. All of a sudden, it's a half of your day out of your day, versus you could be sitting at your office, your desk office, or at home, and within 15 minutes, you now have the exact same information that we could provide in person. So I think it's really has advanced, and I think it's really, I hate the sort of the colloquialism at this point, but it's going to be the norm, and not just for medicine. I think really for everyone else in the world.
Yeah, it's so fascinating, and I think also with COVID, you're limiting the number of people that can come in for an office visit.